Instead of showing you like the epic cinematic intro of me getting into 20,000 power rank, here I'm just going to show you some of my reactions inside when I was upgrading my stats. Enjoy. Oh my god, double level up. Again a double level up. It's spicy. Again a double level up. Holy god. Calm down. Haha! What? Okay. Yay! Badge acquired! Woo! Badge acquired. Stay subclassy. Hell yeah! Achieve 15 classes of 20,000 power rank and above. I know there's 16 classes. No, the power cut is still missing. But there's 16 classes and I have 15 classes. Yeah! Okay, now we're back. Before this video starts, I would like to say that this is the penultimate episode. Yes, you might have noticed. And also you might have noticed that I haven't been posted a lot of Trove lately. Well, not Trove, like a lot of videos lately. It's because lately I've been grinding a lot. First and foremost, I got my mastery up from 600, well, total mastery from 621. I'm almost 650 now. I will show you a clip like later on today or maybe on another separate video of me getting into 650 total mastery. Because it is cool. It's been really, really cool. I've been grinding way too much Trove lately, especially in the geode caves. I pretty much have been going broke in Flux. But yeah, it's been fun, me getting some mastery up and, you know, progressing all over again. Also, I am recently playing Call of Duty Black Ops 4. That's another thing that I've been playing. I've been playing other games too. You may or may have not noticed if you have me as a friend on Xbox that I've been playing other games. And yeah, it's not that I'm abandoning the YouTube side of things and I'm abandoning all those projects like the Trove class review, like Flux farming tutorial for beginner players. All those videos are still in the works. I would like to complete this first, like the 20k PR videos, to start working on the other videos like the Trove class review and so on and so forth. But yeah, it is all I have to say. Anyways, that is all on this little intro. Here it is, the 20k PR video. Enjoy. Hello and welcome to another JNMG video. I am your host JonNario and today it is another 20k PR video. This time it is the 20k PR Chloromancer. It is 20,021 power rank. And yes, as you saw in the intro, I already have the 20k PR badge. If you go into the subclass section, I do have the diamond badge that is upgrades 15,000 classes, or 15 classes to 20,000 power rank at level 20 and above. And yeah, I already got the subclass badge. All I need is the Pirate Captain video and I'll have all 16 characters at 20,000 power rank. But still, let's get started with the Chloromancer. Before I need to get some more bombs because I don't have any bombs on me. But I will just show you the stats here and then I'll go into a cornerstone, grab some bombs because there's a cornerstone nearby and yeah, I forgot about it. But yeah, 20,021 power rank. Stats suck. I'm just gonna say it outright. I don't even have max attack speed, that's one thing. But I have 181,779 magic damage. 1.3 million HP, that's ridiculous. 229% attack speed, that is not max. Maximum is I believe 242. 61.3% critical hit and 1,260 critical damage. These are similar stats to my Revenant. If you saw that video, these are pretty much around the same stats. Has a little bit less magic damage, a little bit more crit damage, and a little bit crit hit and more health. And yeah, It's pretty much around the same as the Revenant in terms of coefficient and stuff like that. My gems are also as follow. I don't remember like any of my gems. I was also in a cornerstone and I don't remember. But from the looks of it, this one is a 2-1 magic. This one is I believe this was a 3 critical damage roll. So 3 critical damage roll. This one I believe is a 3 maximum health, percentage maximum health roll. This one I believe it is. I don't know if this one's one of each. I don't think so. I think it's 1 magic, 2 maximum health. This one is a 2-1 magic. 2 magic, 1 crit hit, 2-1 crit damage, 2-1 magic, and 2-1 crit damage. Yeah, so yeah, those gems are pretty They're alright, they're not the best, they're not the worst, but I do have a lot of maximum health. And my gear also is as follow. I tried to get like maximum attack speed, but yesterday when I was buying the Pearls of Wisdom to get maximum attack speed, there was literally no one selling like Pearls of Wisdom at like normal price. Like every single Pearls of Wisdom was at like 20,000 flux or more, and I don't want to expend hundreds of thousands of flux just to get maximum attack speed, because I don't even use this character a lot. But still, I do have a critical damage attack speed gear, all pieces of gear, like always. This character depends a lot on attack speed because you will be using a lot of your bombs. And yeah, here are my stats: crit damage, attack speed, crit hit, maximum health, and magic damage on 3rd stat. I do have a stellar level 3 magic damage and a stability. I'm sorry, I know that ring sucks, but hey, whatever. I'm using Prefect Penguin, like always. Prefect Penguin is literally the best for most characters in terms of magic damage allies. I'm using Arcane and Sure Strike, Arcane damage because this character definitely needs the damage, and Sure Strike because I do have 60% critical hit, and Conjurer's Crucible Vial because always Conjurer's Crucible Vial is the best vial for high magic find players, and the Night subclass because the Night subclass is good for a character that doesn't use movement speed on gear. Still, I will be right back. I'll grab my bombs because I do have my keys. I was doing Shadow Tower, so give me a sec. Alright, I'm back. It took me a little bit longer than usual, probably just a little bit of transition, but I was talking to someone in global chat right here, so yeah, fun times. I was helping out someone because he was wondering how to get the Lunar Souls. But still, let's get started with the Chloromancer. I told you about this character in the last video, that this was one of the weakest characters in terms of raw damage. Well, multipliers. No, not multiplying DPS. But I wouldn't say it is one of the lowest DPS. It is around average. It has like really high, really good potential, like really good burst damage potential. But it's one of the toughest characters to use it well in dungeon farming. The reason being is because this character is a setup character. Like, that is a ranged character, a ranged boss that I have to throw all those plants like next to him, like next to a boss that is a ranged boss, to get them kills or get the damage done. And thankfully that was a mushroom boss. If it was something like a bee or any of those type of bosses that run away, especially something like Cursed Skulls, if I do ever find one of those Cursed Skulls that have like bee-type enemy that are ranged, those are pretty much like the worst nightmare that you will find with this character in particular, because it is very tough. It is a setup character. It is like a Dracolite, but how you use it, because you pretty much use this character the same way as you use the Dracolite, but this character to detonate the bombs is a little bit tougher. The reason being is because the Dracolite, if I do remember, you have to tag it twice for it to detonate. This one you have to tag it around 7. That was weird, it didn't like blow up. You have to tag it like 7 times for it to blow up, and pretty much does the exact same damage. The only good thing is that is the class gem ability. The class gem ability is insanely good, but it's like an 8% chance. And this character is good. It's a good, like, it is kind of good. I would say it's decent. It's not the best. It's not the worst. But it is honestly one of the weaker classes in the game. Just because it takes so long to get everything set up. But once you have everything set up, like you have that plant, like this plant right here, what is it called? Leafy Lasher, and the Leafy Lasher you can only do like, does like 2 attacks per second. No matter how much you try, how much you throw, because if you throw like 3 of them, one of them is going to do the damage. So let's take for example, if I do throw 3 of them, see, it will only one of them will do the damage. I believe it does like 2.25 times damage or 2.5. It's not a lot of damage, but it's still somewhat consistent. And yeah, this character is alright at best. Would I recommend to use this character? No, until it gets like a rework or a buff. That was a hefty lag. I thought that I just got sent flying across the map. That was funny. What the hell? So it's a little bit late, so that's why I'm clearing out my throw a lot, because it's a little bit late. Not tired, but I just feel like dry, if that made any sense. But this character is alright. I will say it is alright. It's not bad. It's not good. It is pretty much like average in all sense of the word average. I need to change up my tone, but the reason I say it is average is because this character does what every character that plays around the same does. Like for example, it is a setup character that you throw pretty much bombs and well, pretty much you throw everything down and then wait for it to detonate, so you can do like the most amount of burst damage possible. That sounds like the Dracolite, but the Dracolite does this a lot better because you have a better what is it, a basic attack. It does more damage. You can attack, technically you can attack around the same or a little bit faster. But it loses all his crowd control, and not to mention the plants. Like the exploding plants are the bulk of the damage on this class, that you have to throw as much as possible so you can do the most amount of damage possible. So this character is good for burst damage purposes. So characters, once you set up, this character has a lot of one-shot potential because the burst damage is so high that you pretty much can destroy everything in like one shot, even at low stats. So it has a lot of one-shot potential, but it takes a really long time to get everything set up. So if I do throw down 2 bombs, if I use a flask and the exploding bombs, that neither of them that crit, that's ridiculous. If I do throw like one of these and 2 of the exploding bombs, I don't know why it's taking longer than expected. Now those 2 exploding bombs, I will keep calling it like exploding bombs or exploding plants, I don't know. But the explosion does like 5.5 times damage. And if you throw 2 of them, it does 6 times damage. It's pretty much like the same as the Dracolite in terms of damage. And then the Leafy Lasher does like 2 times damage, twice a second. And it's not bad. The only bad thing is the basic attack. This basic attack is also one of the worst basic attack in the game. Does 1 times damage. The range is around average to below average in terms of range characters. But this like and not to mention it has one of the most useless ultimate abilities in the game. And the Classium is like alright. It's good. It does like incredibly high burst damage. Like the basic attack of the Classium of this class is just really good. If it proc like more often that you saw it pretty much is a machine gun. You throw down a machine gun. You pretty much throw down a mini Shadow Hunter, because it pretty much does the same damage and it attacks roughly as fast as the Shadow Hunter. But the damage is rather low. It takes way too long to set everything up. Pretty much I don't need to use the explodey bombs, because by that time I only need to use this one, like the Leafy Lasher, and just my basic. And yeah, pretty much how you use this character. Use this character to throw down all your Leafy Lashers. You can throw a maximum, I believe it's 4 of them, because if I throw another one, yeah, one of them disappears. So you can throw a maximum of 4 of them. Only one of them is gonna do pretty much damage, so you throw like 3 of them and pretty much keep throwing like the explosion plants if you cannot kill like really fast. And yeah, it's an class, in my opinion. It's one of my least favorite class in the entire game. Before I started using the Tomb Racer, this was like my 3rd least favorite class. My 2nd least favorite was like the Tomb Racer, then it was the Boomeranger, but when I started using more the Boomeranger just grew on me. And the Boomeranger, even though it does like low DPS, it's still a decent class. But this character is weak compared to its competition, being the Dracolite. The Dracolite is pretty much like this character's main competition, because you pretty much use it the same way as you use Dracolite. This character, if you could throw the Classium more often, then this class would be amazing, because imagine if you had like 2 or 3 of them, of the Classium, and they pretty much do 1 times damage, and they attack like 8 times a second, 8 to 9 times a second. I need to keep throwing. Yeah, there's one. Yeah, they attack a lot more, like, but they barely stay, like, they only stay there for like a couple of seconds. But as you can tell, without flash, normally in most classes can kill very fast, but this character doesn't have like barely any damage. Even the Tomb Racer does more damage in terms of normal minions. Like, this character does a little bit less damage, but against bosses, obviously, the Tomb Racer lacks in DPS and in damage. And like, this character against bosses is a little bit better than the Tomb Racer, but the Tomb Racer is a lot more tanky than this character. But this character has a lot more one-shot potential, and you can control the battles more with this character than the Tomb Racer, because the Tomb Racer you pretty much have to throw minions, and the minions do attack at random, and yeah. But I don't have a lot of things to say about this character. It's an alright class. It is weak compared to its competition, being the Dracolite. It does damage. It's not the best, not the worst. It's alright in Shadow Towers. It has good crowd control, but it is a setup character that setting everything up is just gonna take a while. does a lot of it does a lot of burst damage, but that's about it. If I don't use the flask, this is how much it takes me. Obviously I don't have the Leafy Lasher, but it takes me quite a lot from basic attack. If you compare it to something like the Candy Barbarian with similar stat, you can tell that with the basic can kill bosses really fast. Same with the Revenant. I can literally 2-tap bosses with my basic using a flask. So yeah, it is weaker compared to everything else, but it is an alright class all around. And yeah, that hit detection though was awful. But yeah, this is like what I mean. Like, I need to be close to all those enemies, and all those enemies were ranged enemies, so I had to throw down a plant next to them and yeah, pretty much one-shot them. See, that was the Classian. This is why this class definitely needs the Classian as an ultimate ability and a chance to proc. And it should last more often. Like, it should last something like 20 seconds. That's how I will go as a rework with this class. Like, literally this stellar that I found out 1-star, it has more power rank than the one that I have equipped. Like, that is so sad. That's not even funny. But that is all I have to say for today. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think of this class in the comments below. Oh yeah, I forgot how to tell you how to use it. Use critical damage, use attack speed. Sorry about that. Use critical damage, use attack speed on this class. Always use attack speed because this character is dependent on his basic attack. You need the basic attack to activate the plants. Use critical damage because you need the most damage possible. So if you go into a dungeon, throw the Leafy Lashers as much as possible, at least 2 or 3 of them, then start throwing the bombs. Once you start throwing bombs, just try to detonate them all at the same time. And once you detonate them all at the same time, you should kill pretty much most bosses around your level range. If not, then they will be like pretty much one-shot, because the burst damage is high on this character, but the damage is alright. This also can heal you, like those plants can also heal you, so if you want to go, let me take some damage right here. As you can tell, I can get heals. And yeah, this character has a lot of survivability once you start throwing all of these, because pretty much every single one of those plants will no comment. Every single one of those plants will heal you for around 10% of your health, I believe. 10 or 15% of your health. And it's good, it is a good ability, and yeah. Okay, now, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think of the Chloromancer in the comments below. I would not recommend you to use this class, but if you want to use it, again, if you want to prove me that this class is good, then you can use it. Use whichever class you want. It's not my favorite, but I'm not saying that it cannot be used. Like I said, pretty much every single character at 20,000 power rank can solo Uber 9 and can solo at least the first 3 Ultra Towers. But yeah, that is all for today. If you have a Chloromancer, let me know which power rank are you. And once again, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Take care and keep on hunting. And next episode is going to be the Pirate Captain as the last episode. See ya.